TikTok popularized short-form video, and it looks like Facebook is trying to do the same thing with audio. Get all the latest news plus ideas for how to use it in your marketing right now. Come on in. Hi, I'm Morgan with LYFE Marketing. I'm a digital marketing professional, and I'm really excited to talk to you about Facebook audio rooms. Let's get right into business. So first, let's talk about what audio rooms are. In April, Facebook announced that they would be bringing social audio experiences to the platform. Audio has been a notoriously difficult thing. I struggled with audio for a while. If you watched any of my earlier videos, you would know that, and I appreciate all of your feedback and patience with me while I work on it. Audio can be really difficult. Before now, really good audio has been reserved for people that had huge budgets or people that had been in the industry for a very long time. Not so with new Facebook audio rooms. So why are they prioritizing audio? Well, in their announcement in April, Facebook touted good audio as being, quote, immersive and intimate at the same time. They make you feel like you're right there in the room with your friends and family, sitting around at the dining table, even if you're miles apart. Facebook noticed that there had been an increase in audio messaging in the Messenger platform and on WhatsApp, so they decided to bring this shift in user behavior to the platform at large. Facebook says they've invested in audio technologies to solve the problems of quality audio and accessibility for most users. Specifically, Facebook said that they're focused on making audio quality enhancements, enhancing captions, including auto captions, enhancing speech translations, including live translations. They've also listed superhuman hearing, which I'm not sure if they're collaborating with Superman or not, but we'll see what that looks like. So all these features are coming, and we're excited to see what they look like. Let's talk a little bit about who can use audio rooms. Well, according to Facebook, select Facebook groups in the United States can create live audio rooms on iOS. And there will be some podcasts available to listeners in the US rolling out over the next couple of months. Since they're just rolling these features out, they're not available to everyone yet. Facebook said they will roll it out to more public figures and celebrities as well. These folks will be used to introduce the audio rooms and to show the features that are available. Let's go over the features that Facebook has announced so far. Even though Facebook hasn't opened this up to everyone yet, let's look at the features so that you know what's available, so that as soon as you have access to audio rooms, you can jump right in and use them effectively. Let's start with Sound Studio, which is the tool that Facebook has made to help us create audio. So just like they did with video and photo, Facebook has created a set of audio tools powerful enough for the pros, but intuitive and fun, using Facebook's words. Sound Studio will be available in the app directly, which is really nice. It's going to use AI to clean up your audio quality, even if you've recorded in a loud or a busy place like on a street or in a very loud apartment building. You'll be able to use Sound Studio to enhance your audio with audio cleanup, background music from Facebook's sound collection, sound effects, voice filters, and audio track mixing. Now let's look at one of the features that Facebook is talking about, which is Soundbites. Soundbites on Facebook are short-form audio content, just like in your traditional media. Some ideas that Facebook has shared for using Soundbites is to share jokes, to share quick moments of inspiration, to do a quick poetry reading, and tons of other things that people just haven't thought of yet. Facebook has stressed that they want their creators to experiment and try different concepts. Then they shared some examples that they think would be a good place to start. They've worked with creators to come up with these ideas. Here are a couple that they listed. They have soundbites of a comedian sharing short rants and food reviews, ASMR style. They shared an accessibility advocate reciting her favorite inspirational quotes and daily affirmations. They also suggested an entrepreneur talking about fatherhood and being a first-generation Nigerian American. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm excited to see what else other creators come up with. We've seen so much innovation and creativity on TikTok, and I think it was because it was a change of format compared to all the other social media that was available at the time. Plus, it sounds like Facebook is really encouraging creators to not repurpose sounds from TikTok onto Facebook, so that will add an element of newness. I think if we were just taking sounds from TikTok and putting them on Facebook, then Soundbites would be a pretty big failure. So I hope that's not what I see. Now, Facebook has said that you will be able to monetize your Soundbites, which is great if you're looking to make revenue on the platform outside of conversions and advertising. To give Soundbites a boost, Facebook has set up an audio creator fund to support audio creators, encourage use, and get feedback on the process. This will work similarly to the TikTok or the YouTube creator funds, if you're familiar with those at all. Now, all the new audio features will also feature podcasts, which is new to Facebook. Now, podcasts you're probably familiar with. They're more long-form audio used to explore different topics. Now, Facebook's big problem with podcasts, as far as social media goes, is that you had to leave the platform to enjoy the podcast. You can follow the pages of your favorite brands, businesses, and creators, but you have to leave Facebook to actually engage with what they're doing. That's why Facebook is working so hard to make it easy to buy in the app, to watch video in the app, to listen to audio in the app. Basically, they want to keep you in the app. I think Facebook realized that there were 170 million people connected to podcast pages and another 35 million on fan pages. They were sending all of that traffic off-site, so Facebook has decided it's time for you to stay. So soon you'll be able to listen to podcasts directly in your app. You won't have to go to a third party to seek out those episodes that you see in your feed. A big bonus is podcast listeners will be able to use the podcast even when the app is running in the background. And this gives podcast creators or businesses more opportunity to engage with their fans. Here's a look at what the podcast experience is like. Facebook also plans to roll out captions and the ability to create and share short clips of your podcast. They promise to create more unique social experiences around podcasts that use Facebook's most interactive and personalized features. Next, let's talk about live audio rooms, one of the new features that's coming that I'm most excited about. But before we do that, here's a quick message from one of our co-founders about our new online classes.
Hey, we just helped a small business make over $1.5 million through Facebook advertising. And after managing millions of dollars in ad spend for thousands of different small businesses, we have decided to give away everything we learned to you in a special program. If you want to learn the blueprint to success, the best practices from some of the fastest growing companies in the world, and all of the different tools you will need, then sign up for our social ads training program today.
Okay, live audio rooms. In case you haven't noticed the trend, live is a priority of content on almost every platform, Facebook included. Live video and live audio are going to be important for your business to practice and master. The idea behind live audio rooms is so creators can invite experts, fans, other creators, or guests to join in a discussion or a chat without the pressure of being on camera. These live audio rooms were rolled out to groups and active communities on Facebook so that they could test the feature and suggest improvements. And so far, they seem to be working really well and people seem to be enjoying them. You'll be able to do live audio rooms in Groups and Messenger. If you're a small business and you don't have a group, you may be missing out on an excellent way to help your business grow. I actually did a video on using Facebook groups for your small business, so check that out after you watch this video for more information. Let's talk about how the live audio groups will work. Now, when you create a live audio room, Facebook will create a post that tags all of the invited speakers or guests. If you've scheduled your live audio room for a later date, which I love that this feature is available, then Facebook actually creates an event for you. Here's what that will look like. The title of your audio room and your host names are all discoverable in the news feed, which is really great if you're having people search for your topic. Information about this event will also show up in notifications and in people's feeds. Here's what Facebook will do when a live audio room is being scheduled. First, they'll notify the host followers when the host schedules a live audio room and when the host starts a room. They'll also notify the speaker's followers when the speaker accepts the invitation to be a speaker in an event. Facebook will also notify the speaker's followers when the speaker joins a scheduled room and has accepted the invitation. Now, if you haven't scheduled your live audio room and you've just decided to go live, here's how Facebook will handle that. So as soon as you make the room, all of your followers will be notified. When you invite a speaker and they join the room, their fans will also be notified. The only difference between when you create an audio room now and when you do it as a pre-scheduled event is there's a little bit more time to notify all of the followers. So let's talk about actually creating your live audio room. Even though this feature isn't available to everyone yet, I'm going to walk you through how to create your live audio room and some tips for monetizing and best practices. Now, you'll be able to go live from two places. You can tap live from your page composer, or you can tap Create Room at the top of Newsfeed under Video and Audio Rooms. When you set up your audio room, you'll need to follow a couple steps. Select Audio, then tap Next. Select your audience, name your room, and select your start time. Remember, you can go live right away, or you can schedule this for a future time. Next, you'll want to invite speakers to your room. You can select a monetization option if you want, which is not required. And you're live. Now, what do you do if you want to invite speakers to your room? You can have up to 50 speakers in a room, including yourself, the host. So consider that when you're making your list of live audio topics to cover in future posts. And remember, you don't have any limit on the number of listeners that can be in your room. Now, there are some host and speaker requirements that you should be aware of before you start to list out who you're going to invite. The first is that right now, hosts and speakers have to be on iOS, and guests actually have to be on iOS 13+. They also need to be using new page experience or profiles. They must be verified, and currently it's only available in the US to select creators. Now, your privacy settings will affect who can listen to your audio lives. In public groups, anyone can listen to the live audio, and in private groups, only members can. If you think audio rooms will work really well into your marketing, I would start now with your plan. You can convert your page to new page experience and experiment with live video and audio to prepare yourself. Also, make sure that you get verified so that you can host rooms with no problem. Now, as I briefly mentioned, Facebook is going to allow creators to monetize their live audio rooms. You have the opportunity to earn money with your live audio rooms by using either Facebook stars, or you can earn donations for a nonprofit or a fundraiser. In the future, you'll also be able to charge for full access to your live audio rooms. Let's talk about how Facebook stars will work. Fans can purchase stars and then award them to you during your stream. If you've been on TikTok, folks do this on TikTok with GIFs or the roses. It's similar to awarding gold on Reddit. Once you've set up stars during the monetization setup process in the app, your fans will be able to use these. When listeners send you stars, a notification will appear at the bottom of your live audio room. This will show the name of the listener and the number of stars that they sent you. To view all star senders for your live audio room, click Details on the notification. You'll be able to filter star senders by latest and amount. This is really nice for thanking people during the stream and keeping things going. Now you can also raise money for nonprofits or for fundraiser donations. Listeners and speakers can directly donate to nonprofits in your live audio room. 100% of the money raised will go to that charity or nonprofit that you've selected. This is an excellent way to get your communities together and give back. Let's look at some live audio room best practices. Now, Facebook shared some best practices for their audio rooms that they've learned during their experimentation. I found it best to follow the best practices that the platform is sharing. I mean, they've done the direct work with this and they really want it to work for the users, so they're not going to give us bad advice. Here's what Facebook suggests before you go live. First, you want to make sure that your internal team has the resources to manage your presence on Facebook, including any comments that you're getting, any gifts that you get, etc. If you're inviting guests or other speakers, you want to make sure that you follow their accounts and you engage with their posts promoting your topic. Also engage with their audiences too. Ideally, you'll have a bit of a crossover audience. You can go live right away, but it's a best practice to schedule your live in advance, which gives you time to market it, let people know about it, and iron out any details. Facebook also suggests that you invite 1 to 3 guests to participate in the live with you. Now here's what Facebook suggests for while you're actually live. You should plan to be live for at least 20 minutes. Your maximum is 8 hours, although I would not expect you to do that probably at any point in time, but especially not at the very beginning. You also want to make sure that you're moderating your audio room to make sure the conversation's going smoothly, it's staying on topic, and people are being kind. Again, a moderator can be helpful to keep the conversation focused. It's also a good idea to prepare discussion points ahead of time. It's easy to get flustered on camera, and you don't want to do that live and be fumbling for your next topic. Make sure that you've developed a rapport with your other speakers and have a good time with them on camera. Don't be too serious. You can mute a speaker if you need to by turning them into a listener. It's also a good idea not to use music or sing music or even have music playing softly in the background that you don't have a license for. Facebook uses AI to detect unlicensed music, and they will end your stream without warning if they catch anything. This also may prevent you from being able to go live in the future, so be very careful about this. If you like this video or found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up to let me know. Turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any of our new releases. We're coming out with new videos every week. Do you have any fun ideas for using audio rooms for your small business? I'd love to hear from you, and I know other small business owners would love to talk about it in the comments. Let me know if you have a specific request, and I'll start working on a video for you. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. See you next time.